Here we are at Sandwich Fish Hatchery, a place where numerous varieties of trout are raised.
The horrible treatment of the salmon, guys. Look at this. Oh my god, I can't believe it.
They're so packed together. How are they supposed to spread out their fins?
This is for the salmon. I'm protesting. I'm not leaving this tree. One last wish for the salmon.
Now that the cramped, harsh, and horrifying living conditions have been revealed, let's move on to the opinions of some sandwich inhabitants.
Fish hatchery when I was a youngster, probably about this high. Over 50 years ago, I used to bring my daughter when she was small. And we have good memories. We feed the fish and whatnot. And it looks the same thing today that it looked like 50 years ago. So hopefully the fish are being taken well care of. And hopefully they're happy, they're getting food, they have enough space. So, we hope for the best for the fish.
And then we wanted to get Denise's daughter Nicole's opinion on the matter.
The fish deserve to be happy and free and spread out. They deserve humane environments.
This is what happens to the ones that don't make it. His wings were clipped before he could even fly.
Can you just talk about your experience working here and what you think about fish hatcheries?
It's a fun place to work. You get to be outside all the time, surrounded by nature.
Do you know what are these open ones going to be used for? Are you going to be putting more fish in them, or are they just going to stay and be cleaned?
Yeah, actually, so we're in the middle of our cleaning process right now. We're at the end of our stocking season, which means we're at about half capacity. So what we do is we take all of the fish, we'll move them to one side of the fish hatchery, we'll empty out all the water, we'll get in there, we'll clean it all up, pressure wash it, clean all the boards, all the moss and fish waste and everything. We'll fill it back up, and then we'll take all of the fish on that side, we'll bring them, put them into these pools, drain that side, and do the same process.
Okay. Yeah. Do you have any overall anything you want to share with us?
Fishing is fun.
Yeah. This is the salmon's natural habitat. This is where they belong, not in these stupid little wooden crates. Hatchery wants you to stay at 10 miles per hour because if you go any faster than that, you can uncover the truths of this place. You can see past the trees and see what really this place is. Hatchery closed.
Now we've made our way down the street to a local restaurant called the Snowy Owl to further investigate what people have to say about hatcheries.
Hit it.
Alright, so, fish hatcheries, they're they might be protecting a species that might otherwise be endangered, but other than that, I think the conditions that they're in are kind of harsh and it's hard to justify.
Golf course and funeral home parking, but yet they're excluding the funeral for the fish. The fish that die every day from the neglect of the sandwich people just minutes away from their home and they don't know what's going on. Thoughts on the hatcheries and like the conditions the fish have to go through, if they're like right or wrong or...
Well, we're very concerned about the future of the environment. This is a ecosystem where all the parts are interconnected, and fish are an essential part of the Cape Cod ecosystem. So for us, we think that it is critically important to promote fishing and fish on Cape Cod, and the fish hatchery here is essential to be able to accomplish it.
Here at the Dexter Grist Mills and Sandwich, the herring population has drastically declined over the past few years.
So the guy over there who's staring at the water, he told me that he stands there every single day for like an hour or so and just watches how many fish go through, because it's been cut back so much, and he's only seen like 3 in the past few weeks when it used to be like hundreds. And he's seeing no fish go through. And look at him, he's literally slaying the game right now. Like he's got his little book out, he's like counting it, like he cares about the fish. Do you think they're too harsh, or do you think yeah, do you think the way they treat the fish is too harsh?
See how many herring are spawning here.
Is this like your job? So
that's what they do.
So they do relocate them?
They relocate them, oh yeah. They stock all the ponds in the state.
It's devastating how much the herring population has decreased over the past few years.
Salmon, be free! You ready?
So overall, what is your raw opinion about fish hatcheries?
My raw opinion about fish hatcheries is I think ecology is stupid because we had to watch a 2-day salmon documentary. However, it was 2 days where you didn't have to do like real bio work, so kind of like 50-50. Half for the fish, half like whatever their fish. I'm not in support of the fish hatcheries as a vegetarian.
So overall, what's your opinion on fish hatcheries?
I feel like they're a great place to offer educational opportunities to learn about the fish life, especially here on Cape Cod. But it sounds like there can be more done to help improve the quality of life of those fish.
Fish hatcheries are hatcheries that involve fish. They're quite hatching, quite smashing, quite crackling. You could say they scrambled their eggs.
Right, so Xander, what is your opinion on fish hatcheries?
I think it's quite humorous, but also quite deranged. You see, fish hatcheries are when the government steals fish from lakes and then hatches a bunch of them for harvest. And then when they're done with them, they either shoot them out of fish cannons or wring their guts out and put it on bean bread.
So, full disclosure, my family owns fish hatcheries in Brazil. We have about, I think, like 4 or 5 tanks. We distribute like everywhere. It's crazy. It's like a lot of fish. So I think there are ways of doing it humanely. I have not been there, so I don't know exactly what our operation is like. But I think there are better ways of going about it. I'm not necessarily for it, but yeah.
Look at all of these people who don't know the truth about fish hatcheries, having fun at lunch, playing football. They don't know how it really is. They don't know the real world.
We hate fish hatcheries. Down with the hatches.
Now just look at this happy face. You want to kill these? You want them to be cramped in a hatchery? Let them live.
I've been wondering about farmed fish, whether that's a good thing or a bad thing versus wild. And I did live in Nova Scotia where it was overfished and then everybody lost their jobs, the economy collapsed. I think probably the solution is for us to eat less or consume less fish rather than to find ways to make more in poor environments.
Fish hatcheries are very bad because the fish are so packed together that disease spreads and they get used to being held in captivity, so they can't live in the wild, so they're very bad. Fish deserve to be treated better.
It's been 4 years.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you for your time, Robin.
I stand for the fish.
Well, what are your thoughts on fish hatcheries as a whole?
Well, I don't have much experience with the commercial hatcheries, but I work for the state of Connecticut for the Salmon Restoration Project, and all the salmon that we hatched, we put out back in the environment, and they were protected. They couldn't be caught.
Okay. What's your opinion on salmon?
My opinion is.
Do you like them?
I like them. I'm saddened that the restoration project didn't work.
They're kind of ugly.
Ultimately, because of climate change, the waters got too warm for them to be able to get down to the Connecticut River.
Yeah. Well, thank you for your moment. Alright, Archie. What's your opinion on fish hatcheries?
Fish hatcheries?
Yeah.
That was a question. I'm a vegetarian, so I would far prefer that all of my, all of the meat products and animal products in the world were ethically sourced. So I prefer to let things be and probably not fish at all.
What do you think of salmon?
What do I think of salmon? I grew up in Norway, so it's a very popular dish in Norway and a local to the ecosystem there. They look nice, they're pretty.
No, they're not. You don't have to lie.
You don't like them? I quite like them.
I think they're kind of ugly. You don't have to lie.
Rainbow salmon?
They're really ugly.
They're really pretty. Okay. I like this very, literally vile. Okay.
Do you have any last thoughts you want to share?
All I can think of is, I don't know if this was a thing that you might know, but the salmon dance was a thing. No? Look it up. It's like a thing. Watch it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Personally, I don't have any experience with fish hatchery except that video we watched that was so enjoyable in class. I loved it so much, but it seems like fish hatcheries aren't useful and are a waste of money for our economy and such, that we are spending billions of dollars on these fish that don't even live. So it seems like a pretty pointless thing. Plus, fish isn't even healthy anymore, people. It's got mercury in it.
What's your opinion on salmon?
On salmon, it's an average fish. It's definitely overrated.
So I actually really don't like fish. Fish hatcheries though, I've been a few times. And I like, the issue though with fish hatcheries is how much they charge for the food that you get to feed the fish. I don't agree with it, and I think I don't think it's very appropriate to charge people to feed fish, especially if they don't like them. I just don't think it's right.
What are your opinions on fish hatcheries?
You, yes you, watching this video.
You may be wondering what you can do to help the fish. Get outside, explore your local wildlife, be an advocate for the fish today.
Many wild-caught fish are actually from fish hatcheries. Just because it was caught in the wild, it doesn't mean that it was a wild fish.
Overall, salmon, trout, herring, and numerous other fish deserve to live in their natural and healthy ecosystems. Our annual overcompensation of fish causes harm to those environments that the fish live in. This also damages the lives of the fish themselves and harms future generations.
Now that you've been exposed to both the positives and negatives of fish hatcheries, you are now able to make an impact. Thank you for watching.